We are tracking breaking news.
Take a look at this scene right here.
Semi on fire was shot by an arrow.
It's taken by ambulance.
Massive snowstorm.
Lost in the blizzard.
Massive inferno.
13 guys are all inside the hospital.
Beam fell, trapping him underneath.
One firefighter did suffer burns in that fire.
It's being called an epic storm.
We're setting up the Emergency Operations Center.
Iowa's governor is taking drastic measures to handle it. The historic move to dig out eastern Iowa. And the rescuer needs rescuing.
I thought the cop was in big trouble and on his way to the hospital.
The tough conditions making it hard for even the most seasoned drivers.
What are those conditions like right now? CBS 2 only has your road warrior that gives us live video in real time.
And the snow still falling, but that's not the worst of it. What's ahead that may have this storm living up to its epic name?
We are tracking the blizzard and are just moments away now from live team coverage with the latest on the storm. But first, we do have some breaking news out of Washington, D.C.
Democratic senators say they have reached a tentative deal to drop a government-run public option from the health care reform bill. What this breaking news means for the chance of passing a full reform bill, that's coming up after our weather coverage.
We are in the middle of what the National Weather Service has deemed an epic winter storm.
A blizzard warning went into effect for all of eastern Iowa just an hour ago, but we've been experiencing heavy snowfall since it all started early this afternoon.
Absolutely. Chief Meteorologist Mace Michaels and Meteorologist Lee Dennis continue to track this storm for us.
And if you look back over time, over the last 10 years or so, we haven't had a snowfall that's wrapped it up this quick in about a day or 24 hours worth of time. It's been a while since we've had one with this much snow, the potential of a foot to a foot and a half in portions of the area. 12 inches sort of is the general coverage, and there'll be a few areas that will see a little bit more once it's all said and done with. And then once you throw the wind on top of this, we could be dealing with the blizzard that we haven't seen for 20 to 30 years. We're talking wind gusts with the potential up to 40 to 50 miles an hour, and just plain old sustained winds of 20 to 30, maybe even 35 miles an hour at times. Going to take a quick peek here at the radar first, and then we'll go to our road warrior, Aaron Gerhardt, in parts of northern and eastern Lynn County. There you go with what's showing up on the radar now. Some areas of heavy snow, but one at least good sign is there's a little dry air trying to wrap in here north of Des Moines. That may give those of you around Waterloo who have seen some thunder snow at times, Walker, Jessup, Urbana area, a little bit of a brief break. And then also another area that's seeing a little bit of a break down here to the south. That may help out some of our eastern counties, at least temporarily, back off a touch from what we're seeing right now. Heavy snow and, of course, the wind starting to increase. Okay, let's head to Aaron Gerhardt. He's our road warrior in parts of rural Lynn County. Aaron, we talked to you earlier on the Fox News at 9. Now here on the CBS 2 News at 10. The roads looking rather rough out there. Snow becoming quite compacted and settling there on the roadways.
Oh, yeah. The roads are, they're getting covered up. I haven't seen a snow plow going our way in the last 30 minutes. In fact, I've seen more snowmobiles than cars in the last almost 2 hours of my travels here on the roads.
How is, you're moving along speed-wise? Obviously, significantly below what the normal posteds are.
Yeah, we're going about 35 to 40 miles an hour and we're on 151, which is a 65-mile-an-hour road. So keeping it slow, keeping it safe, and making sure we, watch for any snow drifts, any ice sheets to make sure that we stay safe while we're covering all this snow. Sure.
Lots of compaction, it looks like, there on the roads. Obviously, will get even tougher for travel once the wind kicks up. Aaron, we'll check back with you again here in just a little bit. I'm going to head on over to meteorologist Lee Dennis talking about wind. It's just starting to come up now.
Yes, speaking of those winds kicking up, they are starting to increase in the central and northeastern parts of the state. Marshalltown, 25-mile-an-hour sustained wind. Waterloo, 22. Mason City, 25. Iowa Falls, 22. Heaviest snowfall activities, 11-12-inch band from about the Des Moines area on up towards Waterloo. And that now the snow is starting to be blown around. So the driving conditions will continue to worsen as the night goes on. These are the current wind gusts. Marshall Marshalltown, gusting up to 32 miles an hour. By tomorrow, we'll see some 40 to 45 mile an hour wind gusts. Visibility is a bit restricted in the Waterloo area. Half mile at this town. Again, Marshalltown, half mile. Where the winds aren't as strong, Cedar Rapids, mile and a quarter, same Iowa City. So visibilities will be decreasing as those winds move across the entire eastern part of the state. Blizzard warning, this is in effect until 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and it's for the entire state of Iowa. Blizzard conditions, of course, snow, strong winds, and cold temperatures. Speaking of cold temperatures, why we'll see wind chills tomorrow well below zero. Mace, back to you.
All right, Liam, we're going to talk to another one of our road warriors here in just a second. There we go. Who's just getting his stream updated. This is Brandon Sullivan. He's been working areas in the southern part of Lynn County and then down into Johnson County. Just got the stream back up and going, Brandon. Looks, I can't pick out the road there from that shot that you're showing right now. Let me know where you're at and what we're looking at here.
Yeah, I'm just east of 380 in the town of Shoesville. And actually, you can see from the stream, the snow is really picking up here and the wind's really picking up. That's actually a field out there, and the road here is completely snow covered. I stopped here to take in some footage of the really heavy snow, and the wind is just pretty wicked out here.
Sure, it looks like the visibility isn't too far at all. Maybe an eighth of a mile, if even, looking down, from your stream there. Heavy snowfall continuing, and obviously snow-covered roads. So tough visibility and lots of blowing snow, it looks like.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Not something that people should be out traveling on tonight. Haven't seen very many snow plows, so definitely don't need to be out tonight.
All right, well, we'll check back with you here in just a little bit, Brandon. More on the road conditions with Jack and Tiffany coming up here as well.
All right, thank you so much, Mace.
There have been lots of cancellations today and tonight, of course. The current ones are scrolling on the bottom of your screen, but if you aren't near a TV, you can get them text messaged conveniently right to your phone.
I heard about my kids' school cancellation this morning through this. Just go to KGAN.com. Click on this right here, that big yellow dot there. That's I Now. Click on that. You're going to put in your phone number and you'll be able to sign up for text alerts, including school closings, breaking news, and weather alerts. You can also just send a text to this number, 45203. If you want breaking news, just text the word breaking, warn me for severe weather alerts, or Hawks to keep up with sports scores. It will send you the link you need right to your phone. You can also get KGAN's website on your smartphone. Just type in m.kgan.com. Eastern Iowa's roads are in bad shape from all this snow, and it's going to be a while before they are any better.
The brutal conditions on I-380 are being blamed for an accident tonight that sent a Cedar Rapids police officer off the interstate down into the ditch. CBS 2's Robert Price has been tracking road conditions in the Cedar Rapids area all night tonight. He's live now with the latest. And Robert, first of all, give us a little insight as to the conditions in, Cedar Rapids, the city.
Well, for right now, the snowfall here in Cedar Rapids seems to have died down just a little bit for the time being, but these conditions are not fun to stand in, and I can tell you they're not much more fun to drive in. Just tonight, driving around town, especially along I-380, we've seen all sorts of accidents, cars in ditches, and just overall a lot of slow going out there. But there was one accident in particular that we saw tonight involving a Cedar Rapids police officer that goes to show in these conditions, no one is invincible. When the Smith family saw snow, they decided to earn some extra cash.
Helping the neighbors out by shoveling their sidewalks.
Lost in their work, they didn't know what to think when suddenly they heard sirens blaring and saw this Cedar Rapids police car crash into a fence just feet away from them.
As I seen the car coming down, when I came around the corner, that's when I actually seen the full-blown of actually what happened.
Bethany Smith feared the worst.
I thought the cop was in big trouble and on his way to the hospital.
It turns out the officer was uninjured and able to walk away from the crash without needing an ambulance.
Lucky anything else didn't happen because, the worst part of it is, that cop could have been off in an ambulance truck on his way to the hospital with some serious injuries.
The officer had been heading north on I-380 when the car hit a slick spot and lost control near the Coldstream Avenue exit. For this time of night, the S-curves of I-380 through downtown Cedar Rapids have noticeably less cars, as driving conditions are downright dangerous. Anyone who is on the interstate is traveling no faster than 30 miles per hour. Roads are slick, and with all the snow, it's tricky to tell where one lane ends and another begins. It's easy to see how accidents can begin to pile up, even when a police officer is the one involved.
Police officers tell us to be careful. I think they should be careful on the roads too.
Cedar Rapids police tell us that officer was responding to an attempted mugging at the Blair's Ferry Walmart. Again, we are happy to report he was not injured in that crash. Reporting live in Cedar Rapids, I'm Robert Price, CBS 2 News.
We always say stay home during these types of storms and not to drive unless you absolutely have to. But for some people, they have no choice. It's part of their job. With CBS 2 team coverage, Lindsay Marone shows us why some store shelves may stay empty for a while.
Truckers, they don't have a choice. They have to be out driving in this storm. They have a load, and that load needs to be delivered under a deadline. Joining me here is Joe Fitzgerald. Joe, how are you going to handle this storm tonight?
Well, actually, fortunately, I can stop tonight. My company has a policy that we're the captain of our ships, and we can pull over anytime we want. The load is not as important as our safety and the public safety. I'm very fortunate.
Is that how it kind of goes among all?
I don't believe so. I think our company, Snyder National, is one of the few companies that does that.
Okay. I mean, have you worked for any other companies? Have you kind of been pushed to the limit before? No,
I haven't.
But you know of other truckers who have been.
I do know. Well, there's other truckers out on the road, and they're out on the road for a reason. And I don't think it's because well, safety isn't their major concern. Obviously, this is a terrible storm. The reason I pulled over is I don't trust other people's driving, and I've seen a lot of people slide off the road, and it's time for me to get off when that starts happening because I don't want it to happen to me or anyone else.
Now they're saying tomorrow the roads aren't going to be much better.
Well, then I stay here. You know, I might try and move a little bit tomorrow, but you know, if the roads aren't any better, I'm going to stay.
Do you think that this could mean that a lot of shipments aren't going to be in on time?
Yeah, that's definitely going to affect shipments. There's no doubt about it. I mean, a lot of these guys, you know, they have priority loads, and if they can get it there, they're going to get it there. But you know, our company takes safety first.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate it. We're in Linn County. Lindsay Marone, CBS 2 News.
Right now, the Highway Patrol is advising everyone to stay off that interstate as possible. The next step, and it's a drastic one, would be shutting down the interstate completely. We hope that doesn't happen. Call CBS 2 if you see news happen. Our toll-free tip line is 800-222-KGAN. You can also just email us your news tips, and we've gotten some great pictures in tonight to news@kgan.com.